Visit ccgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In this video we'll be looking at Zoroark-GX Weavile deck for the post rotation. Obviously for the Sun and Moon on format, it's gonna be very interesting to play with this deck. First of all, we're gonna lose N, but in substitution to N we're gonna have Judge, so a decent, I should say, disruption, at least. You know, we're also gonna lose Bridget, which can hurt this deck a lot, but since this deck can benefit a lot from the Nazballs, I think right now is a perfect time to purchase your playset if you already didn't. And we can also maybe expect to see price increase for those secret rare Nazballs as well. 17 Pokemons, 36 trainer cards and 7 energies. So what's so special about this deck? Pretty much we all know what Zoroark-GX is capable to do. It's capable to trade 1 card from hand in addition to draw 2 cards. Potentially it can be really interesting tech with Macargo. We're not gonna focus today with Macargo. Obviously it's not even available in TCGO, so I'm gonna cover that deck tech I guess next week. 210 HP. To retreat cost, weak to fighting, which can easily be fixed with those beautiful weakness policies. Then also you can just attack with reduce beating for 20 plus 20 for each Pokemon in play, or maybe even with the Trickstar GX, because this deck will also contain a couple darkness energies as well. On the other side of the field we have Latios, who can break through and hit those puzzles for the weakness, which I kinda like, as well as those Weavils with Evil Domination. They're also capable to strike for 50, and for each opponent Pokemon with ability in play, we can strike for 50 damage, which is pretty good, and just with a single energy card. So this can potentially be very powerful against heavy ability decks, but also in a mirror match as well. Some other interesting cards we're gonna find inside obviously are gonna be Sneaky Smash Sneasels, with Cyrus in the background. So what means if you start first with a Sneasel, if you go second on the turn 1, you can Sneaky Smash and discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon in play, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. So I decided to go with that Sneasel as well. You can also flip a coin and maybe ambush for up to 60 with a choice band, so it can also be pretty cool. On the other side, there's also Oranguru with, I think this is some sort of flowers in his hand, maybe not, definitely not bananas. Resource management, you can simply put 3 cards from your discard pile on bottom of your deck. And I kind of like that, just because Zoroark is the deck that can, Zoroark deck is deck that can simply burn cards pretty quickly, and you really want to have some sort of recover for them. And 2 Tapu Lele-GX as well. I mean, it's not that we need 2 Tapu Leles, but you know, sometimes it's gonna be maybe a situational moment when you need to maybe play Tapu Lele for Mellow, or maybe Tapu Lele for Guzma, or maybe something like that, so we can definitely benefit from it. And that's the Pokemon lineup. So speaking about item cards, there's plenty of item cards, some new techs, some old techs. I decided to go with double Enhanced Hammer. Very good card for the standard format, no doubt about it. Especially this deck, as well as 2 copies of Field Blower. It's not that we need 2 Field Blowers, but still, I mean, I kind of like the fact to have Field Blower just because I could maybe remove some sort of stadiums from play, or maybe some tool cards that my opponent might have potentially attached to his Pokemons in play. Who knows, maybe post rotation brings us weakness policy play, heavy weakness policy play with those Necrozmas as well. Who knows, we shall see. There's also one multi-switch, which is a very nice card, you know. It allows us to move energy from our bench to active Pokemon, which I kind of like, you know, just because we can surprise our opponent from nowhere with that Trickstar GX. And theoretically, it can be a substitute, you know, for something like this. So you can have double multi-switch with just one Field Blower, which can also be potentially good. Then we have a couple Nazballs as well, so 3 of them, featuring 4 Ultra Balls. This is a card printed in the Sun and Moon. It's gonna be a staple for the post rotation, trust me. So who knows, maybe this card increase in price for like a double, we shall see. Switch your deck for a basic book and put on your bench. Very important for the setup, especially for the Zoroark, because there is no more. There's pretty much no more those bridges for the post rotation. Stadium decision was altered on Moon because as long as we have a regular, not a fighting energy, but darkness energy or psychic energy to our opponents, to our active Pokemon in play, then we can have that free retreat. Not a free retreat, but minus 2 retreat cost. But since none of these Pokemons have more than 2 retreat cost, you know, it's gonna be free for us. 4 copies of Choice Bands, decided to go for the best possible consistency, and 2 copies of Weakness Policies. And then we are moving on to the draw support. I'm running 2 copies of Acerola, 4 copies of Cynthia, 4 copies of Guzma, 2 copies of Judge, and only 2 copies of Melov. It's a very risky deck list, you know. Some other decks plays much more draw supporters. I just decided to go with 4 Cynthias and 2 Judges. Really, it is risky, but I simply don't like to play Lily because I think it's just a waste of time, you know. As long as we can open with 1 Zorua and maybe 1 Nazball and Ultra Ball, we can properly set up without too many problems. So yeah, 2 Weakness Policies as well, and 7 energies, 4 double cores, and 3 darkness energies. So let's move on to the game test so you can see how this deck will work in action, so see you in the game. Alright, so starting first, expecting the best. Well, speaking about expecting the best, this is definitely a decent opening hand. Especially because I have that Melov available. Okay, extra card Zorua, perfect. And Zoroark is a top deck. Wow, that looks amazing. So I'm gonna play 1 Ultra Ball, to be honest, for something like Acerola and Altar of the Moon. So I can grab myself another Zorua. Obviously with the top deck, top 2 cards, I'm expecting to see maybe a Zoroark and Cynthia. Okay, so I can't attack at my next turn, so I'm gonna just pass the turn. Imagine Choice Banded heads on a coin flip with Ambush. You can deal 122 downwing Necrozma, which is just insane. So there is a Flowstone. And huge Sycamore for 7, so plenty of resources has already been lost for my opponent. And for example, playing with Necrozma deck featuring Melamar, you already have almost lost condition game because of the Weavile, you know. That's just madness, but really it is how it is, you know. Okay, so another downwing Necrozma with another Flowstone, and it's my turn. So obviously the top deck is gonna be nothing less but Zoroark, obviously. We're gonna go with first trade. I know I'm gonna pull that Cynthia. Well, Weakness Policy can definitely be useful. There is a Weavile. Alright. And we can trade that Enhanced Hammer. We're not gonna need it. Maybe we're gonna need it, who knows. Okay, we're gonna put that Latios on the bench as well as Nazball for another Sneasel, so we can have another one-hit knockout. and Evil Domination for one-hit knockout. The biggest problem for my opponent was decision to bench down basically another downwing Necrozma. Okay, so what can he do? He can definitely use Photon Gazer, hit me for like 100 and knocks me out. So that's the one thing he can do. And meanwhile he can try to set up as well. Where on the other side of the field I'm not gonna be able to do too much. Alright, so there's a B-string. And Cynthia. Alright, at least I know that he's not gonna be in a position to snipe my bench. I'm gonna definitely need to try somehow to grab the knockout against that Inkay. Maybe it's not gonna be super smart to go for him. Maybe I should just... Ooh, Tapu Lele is putting... so he decided to bench down that Tapu Lele. Or maybe not yet. Okay, Photo Gazer for the 180. Yeah, we're gonna try with the Breakthrough, deal some damage. We're gonna definitely try to do some damage with the Breakthrough. I definitely see that as a good idea. I'm gonna trade one of my Guzmas. I'm gonna trade as well that Weakness Policy. This is not good. At least I'm going to throw out my Tapu Lele and one of my judges, in addition for another Zorua, and I'm desperately searching for that fresh hand with the Cynthia, so I can get myself double course energy. If I miss it, then this is not gonna be good. And I missed that double course energy play. Damn it. It is how it is. I shouldn't definitely do that. I should better go with the Mellow. Decided not to stick with the Mellow, decided just to take the risk, trying to set up, you know. But it was definitely not a good idea. But it's still okay, you know, because there's a Bridget, and my opponent can expand his bench for more and more Pokemons. Obviously this is gonna be good for me. Sooner or later I'm gonna be in a position where I'm gonna try to snipe his Pokemons on the bench for the weaknesses. So he decided to try to prepare that Mimikyu, and I managed to top deck double course energy, meaning that I can definitely go for the knockout against that Mimikyu, which I'm actually going to do. But before that, I'm gonna trade a couple more unnecessary cards from my hand, so I can maybe... Okay, I do have my Altar of the Moon, but it's not smart to put one in play, at least not yet. Let's actually trade that Altar of the Moon. Okay, right now I have enough for the knockout, so I'm just gonna focus knocking his Mimikyu out for 120. I could definitely go for the knockout as well as his Necrozma. The reason why I don't want to do that is just because I'm hoping to see maybe a couple more Melamars in play, so I can potentially try to swing hard with my Sneasel, if that's gonna be somehow possible. Well, right now he have actually 3 of them in play with abilities, and that's pretty good for me. That's pretty good for me, because Weavile will be in a position to take the game. So he's gonna steal the show here, no doubt about it. Yeah, right now he have 4 of them, so that's 200. I can one-hit knockout in return his Ultra Necrozma with my Weavile. Obviously I'm just gonna need one. Alright, so there's the Eva Soda. First he needs somehow to find a way to retreat that downwing Necrozma, obviously. There is my opponent, Altar of the Moon. Obviously one Psychic Recharge should go to his Necrozma. And probably there's gonna be Rushing, or actually Invasion Retreat on his Ultra Necrozma for the Photo Gazer, and that's not even enough for the knockout, you know. It was a very close, but still not enough. Alright, and speaking about not enough, I managed to top deck Weavile with Weavile Domination. Obviously, I'm gonna need to find myself a energy card, so I'm gonna trade one more time. Let it be Tapu Lele. Well, still no sign of it. Oh, misclicked that trade instead. Oh, come on. Alright, never mind. That's gonna be enough for the knockout anyways. But still, it's not a big deal because I can basically knock him out anyways, even if he decides to use that Moone GRI, which he's probably trying to use right now as advantage. No, he decided to go with a Photo Gazer. Okay, so obviously he wants to do that next turn. Okay, fair enough. Guess in that case I'm just gonna go for the knockout against that Necrozma on the bench anyways. It should be enough. But damn, I missed that play so hard. But never mind. We can put Oranguru as well on the bench, so attack can be even more stronger. And then I'm gonna trade another Cynthia from my hand. Really want to remove as many cards as I can. And there is the double Course Energy and Darkness Energy in my hand available, and I can also Field Blower as well in addition to that. Alright, Rescue Stretcher. We're gonna also put a Pokemon from discard pile back into our hand, which is obviously gonna be another Weavile, just in case if my opponent somehow managed to snipe him on the bench for the knockout. And then we're gonna use Reduce Bidding. It's very hard to play against Zoroark Weavile with Ultra Necrozma. There's no question about it. It's just very difficult for setup, you know. But it's a very strong deck anyways, you know. Boss rotation is going to be interesting, no doubt about it. Still, he can go with that Necrozma for like 180 and hope for the best. Or maybe if he have Guzma available, then he can try to snipe one of my Pokemons with that GX and hope that I don't have Guzma in my hand. So he could potentially win the game by just attaching some energies to Ultra Necrozma GX on his bench for that Photo Gazer for the last knockout. So, as expected, very difficult because I'm running 4 Guzmas and I also have a couple trades as well, so I can simply use my Guzma and knock his Ultra Necrozma out with my Weavile Domination for 230 damage, which will be more than enough for the knockout and for the last prize card in this game. So even with that tiny misclick instead of the trade for Reduce Bidding, I managed to one-hit knockout. Not a one-hit knockout, but win my opponent with double-hit knockout anyways. So yeah, pretty decent performance, very consistent list as well. I mean, probably we're gonna need even more draw supporters, I should admit that for sure, but overall it works good. I can't complain. It was very consistent in this today's matchup, you know. The only time when I missed that double course energy was when I didn't play my mellow for it. If I just decided to go with the mellow without too many risk, I should have double course energy, but you know, I was just too greedy as usual. I was just trying to get rid of some of the cards from my hand and then play Cynthia and keep the mellow for the later for late game, you know. But overall it turns out to be good and successful game as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck for the post rotation. Let me know which deck you're going to play in the post rotation as well. I mean, also Copycat is going to be an interesting card as the tech as well in many decks, because it's also going to be the part of the new set. Thank you once again for watching. We'll see you next time. So till then, have a nice day and goodbye.